today's a good one. We're talking about marketing strategies. Mainly today, we're talking the form of, well, obviously photo booth related, right? So we're going marketing strategies and just basically, this would be a good live to watch if you're new, right? A lot of you guys that are running your business, a lot of the stuff I'm going to say you're going to be kind of used to, maybe not. But really quick, if you guys are watching this live or not live, because I'm also recording this, you can watch it later. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. So, photo booth marketing, right? Let's just talk about all of the places. Well, not all, but most of the places where you're going to want to try to market your business. There's going to be some free ways to market and then some paid ways to market. So, free, organic social media, right? Making TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and making content to grow your business that way. Marketing could be in the form of a website. But here's the thing. Having a website is not important. It's driving people to the website and having systems in place to get bookings is the most important thing. So people think that like if you have a beautiful website that you're going to get business. That's not the truth. Nobody has ever booked a rental because their website looks great. You have to have systems in place, right? Other ways to market: Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp. You can use Craigslist. You can market your business through Google, right? Google My Business. You're going to hear me say a lot of things. So let's just focus on a couple things this live. Yo, Rumo61, what's up? You can see the bell here. We got the no button and then the bell.
No means no.
I love this thing. So, okay, we're going to focus today on, honestly, one of the most underrated ways to get leads, marketing. It's, whoa, you guys are flooding in. What is up? Booth of Us, what's up, what's up? Good to see you, Mr. Reed. Hello from Brampton, Canada in the house. John, what's up, my friend? Friends, what's up, what's up, what's up? Photo Booth St. John's. Good to see you guys. So, you know what? Let's just do this really quick. I tried to do this on TikTok, but I think we had not a lot of people on. I have a deal for what we're going to do here is I'm going to be live for the next 25 minutes. If anyone in the US, if you guys order a backdrop kit, or if you order 2 double-sided backdrops from my website, Photo Booth 101, I'm going to pick one person. Actually, what's what we're going to do? If you order a backdrop kit or 2 double-sided backdrops while I'm live, right? You get a ticket into a raffle we're doing here. I'm going to pick one of those people, and then they're going to win a free handheld photo booth, the Deluxe Go. We sell those handheld photo booths at $400. So if you want a chance to win one, order your backdrop kit or 2 double-sided backdrops. Even if it's just one person that buys it, then that means you win. If there's 2 people that do it, then there's 50-50 chance. So we're going to do that. If you buy 2 backdrops or a backdrop kit and you don't win, let's just say we do this, I'm still going to hook you up with some free props. I'll make sure you get something extra. So I did this on TikTok, and honestly, I was surprised. Every time I do it on TikTok, someone takes me up on the offer. So that is just while I'm live. If you guys watch this live later and you call me and you're like, hey, where's my handheld booth? You have to watch live. What's the backdrop kit? You know what it is. It's a frame and a backdrop. The pillow type backdrops. The frame, and then you put the backdrop over it. So marketing. I wanted to really focus with you guys on Google My Business. This is one place where I see a lot of people that are just trying to make some extra money, like a side hustle, like they don't do. Google My Business is literally a place on Google where you create a business so people can literally type it in and see your business in the profile. But it's where we should be getting our reviews. I'm not sure, Sam, are you guys, is Photo Booth Peeps on Google? Are you guys on Google My Business? Well, my phone's over there. But so why is it important? Why is Uncle Drew hopping on here telling you guys to utilize Google My Business? Well, because one, Google is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, search engine ever. People use Google to find almost everything. Restaurants, barbershops, places to go get dessert, photo booth rentals. They're literally using Google. Photo booth rental Hacienda Heights or photo booth rental Glendale, California. So we are, but we don't pay all organic. Got you. So Google My Business is where you can ask for reviews. And there are people, right? There's business owners that aim to be on the first page of Google. What this means is people would die for the opportunity for someone to type in photo booth rental Los Angeles. People that would love to be on that first page, because being on that first page means you're gonna get a ton of leads. You're gonna get business. I don't think there's one person that's on the first page of Google in a really busy area, right? LA, New York, Chicago, Florida, right? There's nobody that's on that first page that is not making money. But you have people, you guys, you have to understand, that pay to be on that first page via Google Ads. They pay Google for ads space. There's people that do organic Google SEO, where they literally take the time to back end their website, keywords, blog posts. They put in time to show up at first. Then you have people like myself that just use Google My Business mostly. So what that means is Google's promoting my business on the first page because I have a shit ton of reviews. Excuse my language, but it's super important for you guys to remember. Google My Business is good for two things. One, for the ranking, but two, what bigger flex than I have 500 plus reviews about our business. If you guys are dealing with, and I know a lot of you, I know Sam deals with this. Brooklyn Booths, what's up? I know Brooklyn Booths deals with this. There's a lot of people that are priced way down here. And again, I don't lose sleep over it, but it's because I'm well equipped to deal with these people down here. Whenever you guys get a client that's like, not even a client, a lead, we're interested, but there's another company that's offering what you're offering for $300 less. Okay, you can either say no, you can say I'll match their price, or you can fight for your business. And I encourage you guys all to fight. So instead of just letting those people undercut you, when you're dealing with the leads, just say, look, are you looking for quality, or are you just looking to save money? Is quality important to you? No one's gonna say no, quality is not important. Say, look, we're priced accordingly because we're the best. I highly recommend whatever companies you're looking at for that price is a red flag, but I'd also ask to see some reviews. At that price point, I would be very, very, very nervous. So here's some reasons what makes my company the best. 500 plus reviews on Google. We've done X amount of events. We have liability insurance, meaning we're insured to do business here. So it's like you have to put yourself in a position to win if you're not gonna be the cheapest. If you're gonna be the cheapest, like you can almost guarantee you're gonna get leads. But I don't know about you guys, I don't want to compete with the people down here on price, so I have to show my value. So let me move this a little bit forward. I know we got some questions here. All right, good to see you guys. Booth of us, I'm on Google, but is Google My Business different? So you may be on Google because of your website, but having a website and showing up on Google is completely different from Google My Business. I highly recommend, if you don't have Google My Business for your business, do it today. And again, it's where you ask for your reviews. And I have, honestly, I am the godfather of getting reviews with a digital photo booth. I figured out the easiest way to do it. And we'll talk about that in a minute. What I'm gonna tell you guys might be one of the biggest hacks in business I think of that I've ever encountered. And I'll tell you guys exactly my strategy in a second. So, all right, so this is just spam. All right, okay, love it, Sam, good to see you. So here we go. Okay, this is a gray area. The advice I'm giving you here on this tip is not in real life, it's in GTA. In GTA, okay? Not in real life. So in GTA, my character in that game owns a photo booth company. Whenever I get a booking that is nothing but digital, it could be a drop off, it could be a pickup option, a digital photo booth, meaning we're not providing prints, no photo booth prints. After the event, the day after, I send my client a message. Thanks for having us. The feedback was amazing. Here's all of the photos again. Here's the link, all of the photos taken at that party. I want you to pick your favorite photo, then go to our Google profile, leave a review. But the review must have your favorite photo, and I'm going to print it, and I'm going to send it to you for free. Does this sound like something you'd like to do? Obviously, they're going to say yes. 99 out of 100 people will say yes. Who wouldn't want a free photo for taking a minute and a half to post a review? And then I'll also say, is it okay if we ask everyone else that used the photo booth if they wanted to get a free photo as well? They're going to tell you yes. So then now you have the blessing to contact everybody that put a phone number in the booth. Here's how the call goes. Hey, this is Drew at Drew's Photo Booth. So I talked to Patricia, and she said it's okay if I give this deal to you as well. So the photo you took, or the photos, obviously were digital. If you want a printed photo, what we can do is if you leave us a review on Google, then you can post your favorite photo on that review. We'll print it and we'll send it to you. Does that sound like a good deal? They're going to say yes. And then if they say yes, I say, perfect. Also, while I have you on the phone, if you or know anyone that is having a party coming up in this year or even next year, it's just $100 to reserve it. The rest can be paid a week before the event. If you do this today, I'm more than happy to give you an additional offer of $200 worth of free upgrades for your rental if you lock it in today. Does that sound like a fair deal too? Oh, sometimes they'll say, no, we're not having any parties. But a lot of times they're going to be like, oh yeah, I'm getting married next year, or my son's graduating high school. So I'm taking the opportunity, one, to possibly give myself 30 or 40 reviews if they use the booth 100 times, right? I'm also giving myself a chance to build rapport with the person that is maybe having a party, and it's an easy way to just grow your business. So in theory, if you do an event with 150 people, let's just say 70 out of the 150 use the photo booth, you have 70 chances, right, to get 70 reviews, 70 chances to get a booking. You literally are killing two birds with one stone. So it's really not that hard to get reviews. Like the biggest misunderstanding is that the reviews have to come from somebody that hired you. Why? Why can't it come? Why can't it come from somebody that has used it and has experienced it? What they have to say matters too, right? So where's my phone? All right. Okay. So that's in GTA, because in real life, you're not really supposed to, it's a gray area, right? You're not supposed to like influence a review by offering something for free. But like what's funny is almost every business out here does it. You like restaurants, leave us a review, we'll give you a free topping. Like I don't think you're supposed to do that either, but everyone's doing it. All right, Booth of Us. I created and set it up on Google. So I'm pretty sure I have like 5 reviews there currently. Yeah. So if you have reviews on Google, that's your Google My Business profile. It's just a pain to bug people for reviews. Bro. I understand what you're saying, man. It is a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot to, I get it. But we're just, look, it's uncomfortable. However, the things that are uncomfortable are the things that you need to be doing, because it's what separates the average person with the photo booth to those people that are crushing it. I used to be like that. I used to be like, I don't want to bug. Like, they paid me, right? I've been paid already. Like you almost feel like you're, how can I say it? It almost feels like you're trying to get something out of them. But like, again, just do it. It's worth it. And some people honestly feel good about leaving reviews. So like, that's why I like my strategy, or the Grand Theft Auto strategy of, we'll print a photo and send it to you for a review. I feel like at least that way we're actually giving something versus just asking for it. Kim is saying all day live with Drew. That's so funny. Kim was live we were live on TikTok and Kim was there. Hey, honestly though, what other photo booth influencer is as consistent as me? You guys tell me. Is there anybody as consistent as me? And I'm not even asking for you guys to hype me up. I'm just trying to find somebody that is always going live, always uploading videos, I don't think there is. I think I'm number one when it comes to consistency. But Sam, absolutely. Both of us. This dude in Seattle has been in the business named Brian. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. He gives a $5 Starbucks gift card for reviews. He said he has over 300 Google reviews. Dude, that's not bad. Look. So this is what I was explaining on TikTok earlier. If you pay $1, right? Because I that's good, but I think, I don't know, man, $5 is a lot. But look, what is, okay, so if he did 300 reviews times what, 500? No, that's times 5. 5 times, oh my God, I can do this. What is 300 times 5? Okay, so 3 is 6, 6, 12, $1,500. If he spent $1,500 on 300 reviews, you know, some people would say that, like, if you don't know, some people would say that's like not worth it. That's worth every single dollar. Having 300 reviews on Google can get you literally 10 to 15, I don't even know if this is even right, but I wouldn't be surprised if you can get 10 to 15 leads a week from that. Because at that rate, at 300 reviews, you're going to show up. I know some people spending $500 a month on Google ads that probably get the same traffic as if you had that many reviews. I think that's worth it, man. I love that. Yeah. So for me, when we send out the photos, when we do this, it costs about $1, right? You have a stamp. I don't know how much that is, like 50 cents. And then the print is about 13 cents. And then an envelope. And then maybe 30 cents for gas, right? To drop it off at USPS. But yeah, I mean, I think it's worth it. And also too, like, people remember these gestures. It's not like we're just saying, hey, you leave a review, I give you a photo, and that's it. Like, it benefits you to actually have a photo booth print at your customer's house. They put it on their desk. People will put the photo on their fridge, and you're constantly reminding them, like, hey, like, you know, if you do need another photo booth, here's a photo where from this photo booth company we hired in the past. Or if it's a photo from somebody that used the booth, like, you're just kind of reminding them. And I think that's why it's important to always put your photo booth company name on the template. I never ask for permission. I always just do it. I don't care if it's corporate. I don't care if it's a wedding. I don't care if it's at school. I'm always going to put my info on there until they tell me not to. Yeah. Can someone go full time with only one booth? Yeah, absolutely. But you're either going to have to do a shit ton of events if you're priced normally, or you're going to have to do just a handful of events with really high prices. I don't know, to be honest with you, I only know a few people that are full-time with one booth. Most people I know have more competitive prices and have multiple booths. But if you want to do with one, I'd really aim high. I'd aim for those corporate jobs. I'd aim for those school events, and that'd be one way to do it. But if you want one photo booth to go full-time, I highly recommend getting booked during the week. So, really important if you want to get booked during the week. Well, what types of parties are happening during the week? Well, venues have special rates for people having weddings during the week or on a Sunday. So I still think it's worth going, networking, and maybe you reach out to some venues and, become the preferred vendor, and then maybe throw a deal out to where maybe you can get a discount or something for the weekdays. But like corporate events, school events, yeah. Bro, you know what I've been getting a lot of leads since we're talking about marketing? TikTok. My one of my rental pages has been blowing up on TikTok, and I am surprised because I wasn't expecting this, but like before, like 2 months ago, we weren't posting too much on TikTok, but I'd get maybe 3 or 4 leads a month. This past month, we've gotten maybe like 40 plus leads, maybe even like 50 leads. Booked about 10% of that, I don't know, man, 5-6 bookings. That's pretty insane just for TikTok. And again, and I realize the strategy here is when you're posting TikTok videos for your rental business, tag the location. Because when you post, you can select a location. You have to select the area you're providing service because TikTok's algorithm is going to show your video to people that live in that area. Why wouldn't they, right? Think about it. Like, think about this. If you're in America, how often do you see United Kingdom content, Australian people content? You really don't. They show you locally, first of all in your country, but also in your area. TikTok is so underrated, man. I know I'm on YouTube right now, but like TikTok is probably slowly becoming more one of my favorite apps to get leads. Obviously Instagram is number one, but TikTok is seriously number two now. Then Facebook I put at third. All right, okay, let me backtrack here. I know I skipped a lot of comments. Sam, great stuff, Drew. Keep it up. Thank you for always supporting the community. Catch you on the next live. Appreciate you, Sam. Hopefully you and the wife are doing well. Both of us, Dustin with Pickbox tries, but nobody is as often as you. I don't know if he's an influencer though, right? That guy just has he just has a company, right? Where he sells stuff like photo booth supplies. I mean, I guess you could. I guess I do too, right? What the hell am I saying? Okay, cool. It's good to know. I would have never guessed that he was that consistent. John, how about when we do a booth with prints? Offering a free print won't work. Other suggestions? Yeah, Will. How about this? You can. I like that you thought about that. You could even say, hey, I'm sure. Look, call the client. I'm sure the party. I'm sure there's some people that weren't there at the photo. I'm sorry. I'm sure there was some people that just couldn't make it to the event. If you'd like, we can print a photo and send it to maybe somebody that couldn't come. Or, hey, is there a photo in the gallery where you didn't get to keep? Or maybe there's a photo that you didn't take that you don't have the print of. We can do reprints. I think that's not a bad idea. I've never thought of that though. That's a good idea. Can someone go full time? I already answered that. Answer that. Unknown user. $100,000 per year business income isn't a lot. Is $8,400 a month in sales? I mean, I agree with you. Let's break that down. And now look, hold on, guys. 1 second. Sorry. Okay, I love that. I can see if your goal is to make $100,000 a year with your photo booth business, I can see how it's a lot because it's a big number. But you're right. When you break it down, it's less intimidating. So let's break that down. 100,000 divided by 12 months. That's $8,333 and some change. Give me 1 second, guys. This person is texting me. Now, we're going to divide that by 4 weeks. Each month. Wait, hold up. Is that true? If you want to make $100,000 a year, you're hopefully this is correct. That means $2,083 a week. Right? Then you divide that by 7. $300 a day. Why would we break down how much money do you need to make in a day for a photo booth owner? We're mainly making our money during the weekends. That's true. But one thing that I've done is I have, back in the past, I broke down how much I wanted to make in my rental business, and the goal was $200,000. I fell short, but I did make $128,000. But why having daily goals for your photo booth business is because it forces you guys, it forces you to start considering collecting deposits. That's like the only way you can really make money every single day with your photo booth business. Think about it. So yeah, why not get excited about daily goals? Look, if you charge $100 per deposit, then that means if you want to make 100 grand a year, you need to at least book 3 people in a day. Give yourself 8 hours. I promise you, you can do that. It is not as hard as you think. You can join Facebook groups. You can join city chamber of commerce. You can call businesses, or you can even call past clients. Shit, you can even use the data from past events to reach out. Maybe you did a wedding 2 months ago. You can then reach back, go to PhotoShare, right, on Luma Booth, go to the event data. You're going to have a list of phone numbers. We need to fall in love with that process, man. Fall in love with closing leads, and think about that, guys. 100 grand a year, $300 a day. Does that really seem impossible? That's why a lot of people, right, when I started, 3 years ago, started saying, hey, we make $100,000 plus every single year. A lot of people are like, yeah, right, you do. Come on, man. $300 a day is not a lot of money. I think that's totally achievable. Unknown user comment of the day, man. All right. Alpha, I love you too. It's actually 192. So it's even less than I said. Even better. Perfect. I love it. Unknown user with the data. Retainers. No deposits. Absolutely. And I always say deposits with you guys because a lot of people that are new have no idea what a retainer is. So like, what the real word we need to be using, the real terms, is non-refundable retainers. And I always express this to my clients, that you're paying me because the work starts now. As soon as you book, that retainer money means it goes towards the template making, it goes towards setting up your event. Our software requires us to set it up. It also goes to the logistics, getting things ready for your party. And if you guys don't explain that it's a retainer and you tell them it's a deposit, it's a lot harder to get your money back if they cancel. If they cancel with you, or they try to cancel, hey, we're gonna have to cancel the booth. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. So just a reminder, as in our contracts, that this money is non-refundable. And if you say the word deposit, I have a feeling if they ever take you to court over that money, you're gonna lose. Because the word deposit means it's coming back. It's a real estate term. If you lease an apartment, you give them money just in case you screw up the apartment when you leave. And if the apartment is fine, you typically get that money back. So be careful. The terminology is super, super important. So John, yeah, absolutely correct. But with you guys, I just say deposits because you know what I mean. Okay, go DJ, what's up? Unknown user, what do you do to make over 6 figures? Find a good white label partner. If you're alone, have a good network so you can send out booths when you're not busy. You guys want to know how we do 6 figures plus in our business? Photo booth drop-offs. Actually, we make probably more money with the photo booth pickups than we do anything now. But we do pickups, drop-offs, and then third, we do attended events. I probably have to maybe just go out to 3, maybe 4 events a month. Everything else is unattended. You could think about this, guys. To make 100 grand in this business, you can either do a lot of events at really affordable prices, or you could do less events at higher prices. But my experience is, if you want to do little events with high prices, it will require you to be there. I don't think anyone's ever gotten paid $3,000 for like an iPad drop off, right? I'm sure maybe a few people, but for the most part, there is a price limit on drop offs, right? Especially if you're not going to be there, So, okay. Fire Phoenix, non-refundable retainers is burned into my brain now. Let's go. I love that. Can you give any tips on SEO? Absolutely. Hire somebody to do it. That's my advice. I'm smart enough to know that I'm dumb. And there's a lot of people that are dumb that think that they're smart enough. I don't have or really want to learn SEO because SEO changes. SEO is something you really have to understand. You can hire Art. Art is a good friend of mine. He's based out of, he's on the East Coast, I think in New Jersey. But Art works with a company. I think he's part owner. I'm not quite sure. He did my Google ads, and he can also help you guys with Google SEO. Me, I want to focus my time on what I'm good at. That's dealing with leads, closing leads. That's my favorite part of the business, and that's where our goals in business should be to focus on the things that make us more money. Man, I can't tell you how many people are wasting time working on a logo, working on making their website way more aesthetic, but they have no business. We're better. Look, give me the will to close leads. And if we're doing, okay, all right, I'll put this in terminology for, you know, the game NBA 2K, where you can make a player and you give attributes, like they give you 100 points. But then you have categories. You have to give those 100 points to the categories, and that's what your skills are. You can make your guy the best three-point shooter, but then his defense is going to suffer because he's good at three-point shooting. If I had a photo booth attribute, I'm making my own character, I'd probably put 80% of my 100 towards dealing with leads. And then the rest 20, I'd sprinkle over making a website and all of this. That's how important it is. You can have all of the leads in the world, but if you don't know how to deal with them and close them, they're not worth anything, right? You can have the most beautiful website, looks great, logo looks good, but nobody has ever made money because they had a nice logo, right? Maybe you get some compliments, but it's not making you money. What's making you money is making money, closing leads. So I tell a lot of people to focus on that. If you focus on that, then you're going to be in a better place, right? And there's short-term ways to get leads, and there's long-term ways to get leads. Short-term is usually what you see, like quick, moving fast is what I mean. People that want to move fast are typically not business owners. And I know this is Hustle with Drew on YouTube, but I wish I could change it to Business with Drew because that's the mindset we have. So white labeling. I see some people white label in a way where they just give the company the entire job, and it's not really white labeling, but they're like, hey, I have this event, I can't do it. Do it for 400. I'm going to charge them 500. I'm going to keep $100. You get all the business. Me, I'd rather make $0 and have that person work it for me, but have them do a good job, and then I get the business from that later. One event, you guys, if you're charging $500, is not worth $500. That's poor mentality. That is hustler mentality. Real business owners will see that one event worth $5,000 for the year. Because that one event, maybe two people at that event are getting married and they book you on the spot, or maybe they book you a week later. That could be an extra $1,000 on top of the $500. Then you go to those three events. After that one event, you have two events. Those two events can bring in 3 or 4 or maybe even 5 bookings, right? It's a tree. It's like a family tree, right? Where you see the mother and father is one person, it's the event, and then it branches off. I've been doing this for over 10 years. I literally can look back at the first events that we've done and really see the outcome. Like, oh yeah, I remember doing that backyard birthday party in La Puente back in 2012, right? One of my first events, I can see that. And then they booked me maybe 8 or 9 times since then, but then their cousin also booked me. Then one person that was at the party hired me for a school event. You see what I'm saying? So like, we need to start treating these jobs as if it's more than just what we're getting paid up front. Whew, sorry, I popped off for a second. But it's like, honestly, having that mindset is honestly probably one of the main reasons why I've had longevity in this business, is because I stopped trying to get one booking and I focused on building like an empire. And you can only get there as if you treat your business that way. Go DJ at unknown user. What do you do to make over 6 figures? We'll get to that question there. Unknown user saying, okay, I already answered that. Okay. I'm back. I'm backtracked. Okay. Go DJ, I'm just saying $100,000 isn't a lot for you. And then unknown user is saying $100,000 is a good start. But what's important is to realize that $100,000 of business income is not your salary. There are a lot of expenses that go along with it. I disagree, man. I don't think I honestly, in business in general, there's typically a lot of overhead and expenses. But with the photo booth business, not really, dude. What's the biggest for most people, right? Obviously, I'm different. I have a storefront. I I pay $2,200 a month for this place, right? But for most people, your equipment stays in your house. You can't sit here and tell me that you're spending a lot of money on media. Maybe to make 100 grand, maybe you spend $1,000 a year on paper and ribbon, maybe 2,000. You already have a car. Most people aren't buying an extra car for a photo booth. I disagree. I don't think there's a lot of overhead, but there is some. There is some. What would be some businesses with a ton of overhead? I can tell you guys this for a fact because I used to be in the vending machine business. It's vending machines. 40% to 45% you have inventory, right? You got to buy chips for 50 cents and then you sell it for $1.10, right? Like there's a lot of overhead, but not in this business unless not even software. Am I tripping here? Like what would be like the biggest if you finance your booth, but we're not talking about financing, right? We're just talking about overhead. Unknown user. I hired Art last year and I got a lot of business through Google Ads. Let's freaking go. I love that, man. Art's the man. It's good to use Art because Art is a photo booth owner that is making great money. He knows the photo booth business, but he's also a Google expert. So like think about that. Why not? If you're gonna have somebody set up your Google stuff, why not have it someone that's an expert in Google, but also an expert at photo booths? Alex Barber, Santa Cruz Digital Photo Booth from Santa Cruz here. What's up? What's up? All right, Booth of Us. That's why to me attending events is crucial. All my bookings come through being at events and people doing what I'm doing. Look, man, I love that. That's great, but I don't know if I'd be proud of that. If most of your bookings come from current events, you're not going to be able to scale quick. Your business is going to be a slow way up to the top. I think having more leads just from outside of doing events is very, very important. I honestly too, I think speed is probably one of the other most important things. Being able to grow fast, like, I don't know. I like that for you, but I would be nervous if majority of your events come from you being there. Because then that means that like, you're going to have a really difficult time removing yourself from your business. And a lot of new photo booth owners are okay with that. You're starting off, you're like a rookie, right? You're jumping up, you're willing to be at all your events, but I promise you this business will get to you eventually. Not getting any Saturdays off, missing out on family parties because you have to be at an event, it gets old. That's why I love the drop off. I can do literally 10 times more events than you can, Booth of Us. You're doing one event and you're being there, I can have 10 photo booths going off at one time. So in 1 year, I'm 10 times ahead of you. 10 times more reviews, 10 times more referrals, 10 times more content, 10 times more experience. It's hard to compete with those people that are doing more volume. And I get it. Like if Booth of Us, if you were doing high-end events, I'd say that's actually not a bad strategy, right? But you're not. You're priced competitively, you have good prices, and it's going to take you a long time. So if you were like making a minimum of $2,000 per event, which I know you're not, then like, okay, then yeah, if that'd be reasonable, right? Because then all you have to do is 4 events a month to make somewhat really good money. $8,000 a month is really good, right? But you can't do 8 events a month, expect to go full time competitively priced at like a $500 price point. My website hosting cost me $450 USD. Bro, that's pennies though. $450 USD for $100,000 a month? No, your website hosting is $450 one time. Okay, $500 a month in Google Ads times 12, $6,000. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you're using that as a write-off, aren't you? I still don't think that's a lot of money. 6%? What else? car and business insurance, are you using, let's just be honest, did you buy a car and only use that car for business? I'll be surprised if any photo booth, I mean, not any photo booth owner, but if majority of people here are spending more than 10 to 15% on business costs. I still think that's super, super low to run a business. Yeah. But yeah, man, and again, it costs almost nothing, right? When I say almost, there is money. This is what I love about drop-offs, man. No printer, no print cost. The cost of that day to go out there is just gas, or in my line, you know, we use the Tesla a lot, so electricity. Sometimes to go out there to bring a photo booth, $15, $10 on electricity, and then maybe you give like $5 for like insurance cost, and I don't know, man. I don't know. That's, again, I love hyping up this business because, like, I don't know if you guys have ever done any other business, but I have done a shit ton of businesses. I've been in the vending machine business for over a decade. I've done, drop shipping doesn't have any fees, but mobile car washing, ton of costs. I used to have I'm not proud, it failed, but I tried, an online thrift store. A lot of money that went into that. Carpet cleaning business. What else did I do? The little paint curbing thing. I've tried that. Not too expensive, but the photo booth business, man, is very, 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 very little overhead once you own your equipment. Yeah. But someone mentioned software costs. It depends on which software you're using. Like, that's, again, I love Luma Booth for that reason. Like, we cannot sit here and be like, oh my God, software costs. Bro, it's $18 a month for 2 devices. Like, that's not to pocket watch anybody, but if we're complaining about $18 a month, like, it's a big cost. It's not. Suggestions on keeping suggestions on keeping taxes low. Afraid to raise prices and lose on customers to cover taxes. Are you saying you're scared to make money because you'll pay taxes? You know what's worse than having to pay taxes is not having any money. I don't know if you're trolling me or not. Booth of Us. For me, photo booth business is a gateway to bigger and better, meaning I'm going to be offering photography, videography, social media, real caps, selling my created items, inventions. I love that. But my advice to anyone, again, I'd say, like, there's nothing wrong with that, but just make sure before you branch out to that other stuff, you've become really good and fully booked with the photo booth. That way you can really see the benefits. One thing I notice about a lot of photo booth owners is they really, really, really spread themselves thin by offering a ton of stuff. Like, I'll have people come in here, buy a photo booth, and I talk to everyone, right? And it's like, you know, yeah, we're also doing tables and chairs. We also do custom balloon garlands. We also do event planning. And, like, it's just so many things. They're not known for being excellent at one. They're just known at being okay and providing a lot of things. I used to be that guy. I was offering a lot of stuff, and my life really changed when I really just focused on the photo booth thing. That's when I was able to give it the attention it needs. That's why I was able to get really good at growing my business and dealing with leads, because I only focused on that. But there's nothing wrong with having goals, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with having that be like a stepping stone, but my advice would be just don't move too fast. Unknown user, you're right. It's not that the costs are massive, but there has to be money that stays in the business. It should also mention that I'm in Canada. By the end of the day, Canada is 80,000 isn't a ton. Oh, totally. Yeah. And another thing here too is, like, some people will ask me, like, well, Drew, to you, what would be a good amount of money to make a year to be able to not consider full-time, but, like, one thing you have to remember is, like, you can't just be like, I'm making $100,000 and that's how much I make. You're right. There are expenses. Also, what about health insurance? You have to pay for health insurance, right? What about retirement? So like to me, I think a good jumping point, like in California, I'd say if you can hit 100 to 120. And even then, like you're not balling. You got taxes, you got all of these things you got to cover. So like, is 100 grand a lot? Absolutely. But you know, I don't know. I wish that whole thing that the president's trying to pass goes through, like no income taxes at all. That'd be amazing. That'd be so great. Imagine that. Imagine not having just all the money you make you get to keep. So for me, building relationship. Okay, booth events. What's up, man? Oh, sorry. It smells a little weird in here. We have a leak coming in from the restaurant, but you just needed one box, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Sorry, it's not facing you. It's facing me. I went live. And how did you want to pay? With the card? Okay, perfect. Here, I'll hand you this. Yeah.
Thank you.
So there is a 3% transaction fee.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me put this here. How you doing?
It's been alright. I have 2 events. There's Wednesday and Thursday.
Wednesday and Thursday.
Yeah.
Those are
Corporate event.
No, what about Saturday?
Not this Saturday. No.
That's crazy. Most events are on Saturday, so
Really?
yeah. At least you get the time off, right?
Yeah, that's true. It's been good.
That's awesome. Yeah, we're leaving this location. This is the last month.
Oh.
There's been so many issues here, like the water coming through, and then, like, to be honest with you, I think it's like grease.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Where are you
Yes.
gonna move?
We're gonna get just like a smaller space, maybe like 10 minutes from here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Cool. So it's $153.30, and then the transaction fee's $4.
Gotcha.
Okay.
How's everything
Awesome.
for you guys?
Good, man. Yeah, our house is almost done
Yeah, awesome.
in North Carolina, so we've been dealing with that. Do you want a text or an email for the receipt?
Text is okay.
Okay, here. Just sign, and then you hit continue, and then you should be able to enter it. Here, do you want me to help you with the box? Yeah, sorry. Yeah, of course. He came in to pick up some paper, guys. Print kit, also known as media. Cool. I gave you your card back?
Yes.
Awesome, man. Good to see you, brother.
Same
And then
here.
if you can't, just the door, you just have to close a little slowly. It's,
Yes,
it's a little
yes.
wonky.
I got you. Thank you.
All right, brother. Have a good one. Okay. All right, so I'm going to end the live in a few minutes, but I want to make sure that I get all your guys' questions. So let's get to the rest of these questions here. Also, too, you know what? If there's anybody here that wants... We'll do this. I don't do this often on YouTube, but if you are a photo booth owner and you don't have contracts for your business, we do sell the contracts. If you want them at a discount, you have to be live and you have to do it right now. Put the word contract. I'll lower the price from the contracts for $80 on our website. We typically sell those for 200 plus. You can download them. You can use them for your business. If you want it, put the word contract. I'll lower the price so you guys can do that now. So let me move this. I'm going to shoot through these questions here. Both of us. So for me, building relationships at events is more important than volume. I've already met some important, powerful people that I've been in touch, many celebs, artists. Okay, yeah. I'm not gonna argue with you on that one, for sure. Can you give me the top level playbook on Insta ads? Oh man, damn, do I have the time for this? Instagram ads. Set the location for a radius around you. Don't let Instagram do it for you. Target women, because women are the ones booking the photo booths 9 out of 10 times. And then the age group. Age group is important. Age group must be 23 or 25 and above. 20-year-olds and 18-year-olds typically don't have the money for a photo booth. Those are the main important things when running an ad. Also, make it very clear that it's photo booth rental. A lot of people I see do ads on Instagram, it looks like a product being sold, not a service being provided. And again, that's why I tell people with your ads, stop focusing on your equipment. No one gives a shit. To be honest, they don't care. People don't care about the tools you use. They care about what the tools can give. They care about how are the photos, how's the pricing, how's the customer service. When you take a photo of your photo booth and that's your ad, it is so confusing on what's being done. Roll a 20. What? Alex saying, I charge $100 per hour for an attendant to make it worth my time. It helps me steer them away. Dude, Alex, we have the same method. Mine isn't $100 an hour. Mine's $50 an hour on top of our rental price. Yeah. Patrick. Whoa, you guys, we got one of the most famous photographers in LA in the chat. Patrick Holmes, Hollywood. Photo booth business is super low expense, practically none compared to any other businesses. Absolutely, man. For sure. Yeah, and I used to be a vending machine owner, guys. I used to have honestly, 50% overhead when it comes to product, gas costs, maintenance on the machines. Like, it's a lot. Photo booth is super low. All right. How much does the Google SEO cost all in with your guy, Drew? Last time I checked, it was like $500 for look at. He sets it up for $500. It's 1 month of he'll set the ads, and then during the month period, he will then fine tune it, remove keywords that you're wasting money on, and he will make it a well-oiled machine to where all you have to do is click it on or off, increase or decrease budget. Super easy. Both of us, women as target audience should be the #1 comment or lesson learned today. That is the truest thing you've said today, or the most important thing in my opinion. Yeah. I used to target men and women, but then I started realizing, like, why? Not even realizing, it was me looking at the data. You can literally look back at all of your leads, look at all of the past people that have booked you for the photo booth, and just see what gender they are. I can almost guarantee everybody here, it will be women. So, cool. All right, guys, that's it. We are ending the live today. Somebody actually did, John, what is that, Garcia? Jonathan Garcia. Guess what? You're the only person that ordered the backdrop today. We don't even need to do a contest. You win a free deluxe Go iPad photo booth. You won. There's no one to compete with. So I'm going to send you that out tomorrow with your booth. I'm sorry. I'm going to send the free photo booth out with your backdrop tomorrow. You are the winner. So thank you guys for tuning in. God bless. Got to see you. See you guys later. Gregory, take care. Unknown user.